Casio EXILIM FC100 comes with a 9.1 megapixel CMOS sensor, a 5x optical zoom lens with CMOS-shift Image Stabilisation, and a 2.7-inch super clear LCD. To make it worthy of the high-speed EXILIM name, it also comes with a 30 frames per second high-speed continuous burst, as well as a 1000 frames per second video recording. This high-speed EXILIM also comes with a host of different features that will revolutionize the way you take photos. The Casio EXILIM FC100 comes with instruction manual, hand strap, USB cable, AV cable, power cord, battery charger, rechargeable battery, and of course, the FC100 camera body itself. The Casio EXILIM FC100 comes in a compact body that's also very lightweight. At 146 grams without battery or accessories, it's something that you can carry everywhere. It's also got a very simple layout button that's very easy to use. From the top of the camera, we have the power button, the shutter button, and the zoom dial. Also, you have two buttons, the slow button and the continuous burst button. I'll explain these later. Looking at the back of the camera, we have the 2.7-inch LCD, the video shooting button, as well as two settings, the high-speed setting and the normal setting. In the normal setting, we have a choice of high definition or standard definition, while in the high-speed setting, we have a choice of different frame speeds. Then we have the display button, which takes us into the playback mode to review our photos, while in the camera mode, it takes us into shooting mode. Then we have the menu button, the best shot mode, which accesses a selection of automated scene selection, and for the jog dial, it would be an access of the menu as well as flash or display settings. On the side, we also have the connection for the USB or AV cable, and at the bottom we have the battery slot as well as the SD card slot. The Casio EXILIM FC100 comes with a host of features that are very easy to use. In shooting mode, we can see all the settings clearly displayed on the side of the menu. By pressing the set button, we will enter the settings and can change them as we like. We have the resolution, the ISO sensitivity, the white balance, exposure value, the duration of the slow motion view, which I'll talk about more later, the speed of the slow motion view, lag correction. What lag correction does is, in those cases where you worry that you may press the shutter a little too late, you can actually set it so that the camera pre-records shots before you press the shutter, so that when you press the shutter, it will take the shot that's either 0.1 of a second earlier, 0.2 of a second earlier, or more, depending on how fast you are on the shutter. Of course, there's the flash settings, and also whether you want display time on your shot. Pressing the BS button, we go into the best shot scene selection. Here we have either auto or a variety of scenes such as portrait, scenery, children, etc. Most are standard, but there are a few that's worth talking about. For example, like the high-speed night scenery and the high-speed anti-shade. What these two features does is that when you press the shutter, it will take more than one image and then combine the information from them to give you the best and most clear image. Of course, there's also the high-speed best selection. What this does is that once you press the shutter, it will automatically take up to 30 frames and it will select the best shot possible, combining features such as face detection, blink avoidance, anti-blur, and so forth, so then you get the best, most crisp image possible. There are also others like the YouTube mode and also the pre-record for movie, but I'll come to these later. Exiting BS by pressing the BS button again, we can also access the menu mode by pressing the menu, and you can navigate it using the dial. The high-speed features is not only good for still images, but also for video mode as well. By setting the video setting to high speed, we can access via the menu different speeds that we can select, from 210 frames per second to 420 to a high of 1000 frames per second. You can capture all action as you need. However, the most interesting selection and perhaps the most fun to use is the 30 to 210 setting. What this does is when you press the video button, it will record in normal 30 frames per second. But at any time, you can just press the dial and change it to 210, where it starts entering slow motion mode, and then back to 30 when it goes back to normal mode. Pressing the recording button takes you out of it. And we'll quickly preview this. We can see now we're in normal speed, and then when I turn it into slow motion, the action slows down. During the Casio announcement, we actually took some footage of their model, and we will now show you how it's done and show the motion a lot more clearly. The Casio EXILIM FC100, giving you high speed without fuss.